Morning everyone, I'm here to show you Moments in the Meadows. It's from Paulette from TLC Creates Vintage and it's lovely. She apparently designed this last year before all the Christmas, December stuff all came out, and I absolutely love this, I really do. And she's got some really quirky bits going through it. It sort of reminds you of Tracy Fox in places, which is unusual for our Paulette, and I've absolutely loved looking at this one. This is the collage sheet, which is right on the top here, and you've got like Celtic birds in here, and ugly bugs running through here. Absolutely amazing, really beautiful. And this wasn't specifically for making a TN or a journal, but you can make both. You can make a folio with it. You can just do so much with it. And what I love are all the ladybirds. Now, we call them ladybirds in the UK, and I know you call them ladybugs over in America. So they've got different words, and I just love ladybirds because that's what they remind me of, little ladybirds. They're so cute. And I have really enjoyed this kit. It's lovely to have something sunny, isn't it? And I mean, I look out my window and I can see all the hills around and they're all covered in snow. And I was out salting the path yesterday and the steps. It's, we've got ice with snow on top, and it's caused an awful lot of accidents. I mean, my son included. He's written off his car. Can you see all the bugs in here? All these buggy bugs. You've got a spider and that is so Tracy Fox. It really is. Love it. Absolutely love it. And we've got this flowers and seeds. I loved this before in the TN, and I think this is lovely. I absolutely love that. And look at this cutie here with a ladybird on her finger. Yeah, so we've got snow down on top of ice. At night it's about -9, and in the day it's averaging -4, -5, but feels colder than that. It's really cold here, and I know a lot of people are going through this, except all those like Sam, who's over in Australia. They're having a whale of a time because it's their summer. These are wonderful because you can use them as cards, journaling cards, or you can make pockets with them. And what I did is I actually just cut these off so they could be a flat journaling card that you could just slot in, and I thought they were lovely. But obviously this is like for an index card, and with these, if you do the folded bottoms, which I'll show you on something in a minute, you could make an expandable folder, a little expandable folder with these. I just thought about that just then looking at it. This is the Expandable Pocket. Now, the Expandable Pocket, you need to print at half size, otherwise it's going to fit the full TN that you do or journal. So you need to print it at half size. I will show you in mine in a moment. Now, on the end here, you've got these 3 little bits that you fold up into a concertina, and that is what gives you the TN, the expandable bit. If you made these and put them on the journaling cards on the sides on here, you'd only need 2 folds. You wouldn't really actually need 3. 2 would probably be enough, or you could do 3, it's up to you. And you put them on there, it would make a lovely expanding file. It really would. It would be absolutely gorgeous. And circles. Now, I love these because with circles you can not only embellish a page, which looks beautiful, you can turn them into a tuck spot, and you can pop them onto your tags that you make. They are so much fun, and if you printed them, I don't know, half size or quarter size, you could use them from embellishments. There's so much you can do with these. And the other thing I would have done if I had more time is maybe cut out like ladybugs and decoupage them, which I just love doing decoupage. And again, we've got the journaling cards. I just love these. Every time I get these, I just love them because you can make your little books with them. You can stick them on the page for journaling on. You can use them in your tuck spots. Absolutely lovely. Zurn is really trying to come up with different things for embellishments each time she's doing a new kit now, and I'm just loving how she's expanding. It's just amazing. So all the embellishments are Zurn's, which is red dot books, and all the pages are Paulette from TLC Creates Vintage. So I will link them both below so you know which one's which. And these are your belly bands, or you can use them as book tags. What is it? Bookmarks. See, you can see I'm on one of them days today, can't you? I've had to take migraine relief. I've had a residual headache for a couple of days and it turned into a migraine last night. So I'm a bit dappy today. It's the medicine. Although I'm usually dappy most of the time. Don't worry about it. Right, so I've made a little TN here. I had some blue and white baker's cord, and I decided just to crochet a cord for this and pop a couple of little flowers on it. And the actual cover itself, I'm not sure if you can actually see that well enough or not. If I just try and catch the light, I've used the acrylic wax on this again. Andrea Artie Mays uses acrylic wax quite a lot. What I love about it is if you're going to just use card, it makes it almost plasticky in feel. It's got that waxy feel, but it's movable, and it also, you know, really gives a good covering, and it stops your book from falling apart. It'll really help with things getting bent and things getting broken. You know, it's like when you tie these up, sometimes you can get a little bit of a cut in the side where it's pulled in too far. It stops all of that. It's just lovely, absolutely amazing, this acrylic wax. And you can get a little pot for something like about £3. It's really cheap if you look in the right places, like Amazon, for example. Anyway, first, now what I did is I've made some of my own tags. Now, to make these tags, I printed off one of the pages. Let me just find out the page that I've used. It'll always be the last one. So, what I did, I cut this out, and then I've taken about an inch off the top. But what I did is I cut it down first. So I cut it down first. So each tag is 3.5 inches wide. And what I did was I cut this bit off first, and then I cut some off the top. So that I wouldn't have a lot of this, I kind of like took a bit off the top and the bottom to get these in some of them. I've used this page and another page. So I've made these about an inch shorter than what I've printed it out, so that it fits nicely in. And 3.5 inches gives a really nice size tag. You can make them smaller, thinner, wider, that is entirely up to you. I've not done much with the tags. I've just literally printed them out and I mean, they're all backed, so they're all backed with the backing papers. If I can get that into there. Because obviously when you're doing design team work, you want to show what you've done to the best you can, so people can see what's in it. This is one of the backing papers, and it's gorgeous, isn't it? You'd love to have your kitchen tops with something like that on it, wouldn't you? Your marble effect tops on. I think that's absolutely lovely. I've put a little bit of lace in this one, and the vintage pages that I've used, all of these I've got from Karma Collectibles UK. They send me some lovely stuff. I just say, oh, I want this, and they, Stephen just bags it all up and pops it in the post for me. Now here I've used the middle of one of the printable sheets, and I've put a couple of the circles on. I can see the sheet with the middle bit in the middle. Here, this one. What I've done here is I've cut this into the 3.5 inch strips, and the one in the middle has not got anything on it, which is really great. So I've cut that to size, and then I've popped a couple of the circles on, which makes a really nice different tag. And that's another one of the journaling cards. And this is more of the vintage papers. I liked this because it's got the black and white on it. And through this you've got the black and white bits from Zurn. I mean, like on the journaling cards, and that's one of the normal journaling cards. I'll show you in a minute, but you've got some lovely bits with the black and white on it, and it really complements that. Here I've done a flippy tag. just added a little bit of paper at the top and tucked it over the other side, which gives you a flip. Again, this is more from Karma Collectibles. And then in here, the middle one, this one, when I cut this one out from this piece of paper here, I wanted to get, you know, the 3 out. And then I didn't want to land up losing the butterfly. I thought, if I'm going to cut this, or butterfly, ladybird, if I cut that into a normal tag, I'm going to lose her. So I've left it as a normal tag like that without the corners cut off. And all the paper is food colouring that I've used on these. And there's our little lass again, isn't she adorable? And then also on the collage sheets, I've made some envelopes. You know, I've just used a template and cut out some pretty envelopes, which can have paper in it or whatever you like. I mean, I think envelopes are great if you're giving this to somebody and they're going to continue with it, because then they can put pictures in. And you know, like say you're going to knit a cardigan for somebody, you know, a newborn baby for example, if you give them the ball band with the date that you made on it, with a little bit of the wool tied round your ball band, they could put something like that in it. Or if it's a new baby, of course it's not a new baby with this one, but if you had a new baby one and you wanted to keep the band from the hospital in it, it's great to have envelopes because you can put things that you can't tuck into other places. We've got 2 flower fairies here, aren't they adorable? These came from Stephen as well. I've left plenty of places for journaling in this. I do think it's important when you're making your journal to have plenty of places for them to put photos in, to stick photos down, to journal in, and add to it. Even when you're making it yourself, you need something you can add to, don't you? And that's what it sounds there. Now, this was one of the ones where I've just chopped the little bit off the top. Here. Now, these I cut down very slightly so that they fit in to my journal, because I printed these on the size lower than what you would normally do, because otherwise it comes up quite big, and I like to have quite a like to have a smaller TN than if I'm making a journal. If I'm making a proper journal with lots of signatures in, I like to have them a bit bigger. And there's another little envelope here. This is just a little square one. Just picking that up there, I was just thinking that would be a lovely size for putting a scan photo in. That's because my daughter-in-law had her scan on Friday, and the little lass is doing great. She's got plenty of water around her and she's growing right. She's on target to be about £7 when she was born. And my other granddaughter was born Wednesday, and we've known for a long time that she was going to have problems with her feet and her hands and her arms and her legs. And the strange thing is, talking to a couple of people about it, they've experienced the same thing. It's just unbelievable how many babies are born where, you know, they don't have that control over their hips and their legs sort of fling out and they need to be, you know, readjusted. I didn't realise there were so many babies that were born like that until she was born. I mean, she's absolutely adorable, Harmony. She's absolutely gorgeous. She was £6.5. So I've got 9 grandkids now, and 1 on the way. I'm hoping they don't have any more. It's getting too expensive. They seem to be breeding like rabbit mitry. Anyway, she's absolutely adorable. She's doing really well. All her organs are grand and everything else. And obviously now they've got to decide how they're going to do this with her hips. I know physiotherapy is a lot of it. She's, you know, my son and that, they've been told how to pull her legs down. If her legs flip up, to pull them down straight, you know, obviously to get the muscles working, to elongate those muscles, and what to do and everything. And I have so much faith in the pair of them, I really do. I think they're going to be incredible parents with her, and I think she's going to come on in leaps and bounds. And the funny thing is, she looks so much like Lewis, my son's other little boy. He's absolutely adorable. So here's the collage sheets together. What I've done with this one, which I don't normally do, I've kind of like put like by like together. Normally I put all the ones with a picture on I will fold my pages like this so that the picture ones are like the first ones you see on the right, and on the left you'll be seeing whatever's on the back of here, which is usually a backing paper, but this time I've put light by light together, and I quite like this idea. Like I've got the blue here, and I've got the blue tag here. As you can see, the printer's playing up, and it's put it all in slightly wonky donkey, but it still works. It still looks okay. And I've actually really loved doing that. And I was thinking, you know, like with this one, again, where you've got the two the same, how wonderful would it be that you could journal on here and have a beautiful photo in here. I just think this is a lovely idea to have it work like this. I really do. I don't think Paulette was actually thinking about that when she did it, but it is just a fabulous idea to be able to get this where you can marry the backing papers together, because you've done two backing papers this time, and I think when you do two backing papers it gives you so much more scope. I've just really loved doing this. I'm loving it a lot today, aren't I? I've done a little flip book here, a little notebook, so I've used the dyed paper and the 4 journaling cards that Zurn did, which were backed with the blue, and that's tucked in the back there. And this is the expandable folder, and as you can see it fits in properly into the size of the journal. If you do the normal one, if you print it off at full size, it is huge. I'm just going to try and find it so I can give you a comparison. There, every one you look at except the one you want. There. If I now show you the size of this, you can see it is big. Now it will fit down here, but the problem you have is, because it's so large, it's going to be quite tight if you tuck it in with it facing from here that way. You would have to put it in so that the opening is here, like you would if you know how you make a pocket where you just basically stick 2 pages together like this, and then you use that as your pocket. You can do that, but because it's an expandable folder, the thing that would bother me is that things might fall out of it. So what you would have to do is, if you're going to pop it on here, I would then say, once you've got it put in, use this bit here with one of those little Velcro dots so that you can secure it so that nothing falls out. But obviously in a folio, this would be amazing, absolutely amazing in a folio, because obviously when you're folding it up, nothing's going to fall out. But I love them, absolutely love it. I do love these expandable pockets because that gives you something, you know, you can put something thicker in it. You could put a notebook in here, you know, or if you were going to give this with another journal, you could put something like that into one of those expandable pockets at the front, obviously not quite so many pages, and then have your journal separate. You know, some people, what they're doing now is they're making folios whereby you'd have something like this in the middle, and you'd have other sides, other things other side, and it's just giving us so many more options. So I'm really, really proud of Zurn. She's really come on so well with these. And when I was saying about the black and white, if you look on here, she's got the black and white scrolling on here, and on the cards, which I didn't show. See again here, you've got all the black and white coming through, and that's why I like to put in the black and white in my little TN today. So that's Paulette and Zurn's gorgeous new kit. I'm absolutely tickled pink with this. I will link everything below. Sorry, I think I'm a bit rambly today. It's because of the medication. It kind of like fogs your brain up a bit, you know. And I thought, if I want to get this done this morning, and then I can go and have a sleep, nobody get rid of this migraine, so I can carry on with what I'm doing with Tracy Fox. I was playing with leaves. Suzanne has been doing a lot of leaf projects. She's Poppiness on Etsy. I can't remember what she actually got. I think she just goes under Susan Taylor, or it might be Susan Taylor Brown on YouTube. I can't quite remember. I will link her thing. And I was playing with leaves yesterday, and this was quite a crisp type of one, so I've put the acrylic wax on this as well after I've sewn this down. And I don't know whether you can see, if I hold it like this, how it's changed it. It's now got flexibility, so you can actually sew through that quite successfully. It's not going to crumble now when it comes off. You know, it's going to stay where it is. And I'm going to finish this, obviously, for the project I'm doing with Tracy. And it has really made, I mean, you can see it's bouncy. It has made such a difference. So that's something else you can do with your acrylic wax. I mean, I did kind of flood this, but I actually like the flooding effect on it. It's giving it quite a nice, different effect on it, isn't it? It's giving us this sort of misty sort of effect over it, which is really, really lovely. So do look out for the acrylic wax, because it really will make a difference to your journals. It'll stop them getting dog-eared. That was the word I was looking for earlier on. Obviously, if these are going to have a lot of use, you can put your corners on and you can put a harder cover on. But when I'm making just TNs like this, I tend to stick to just a cardboard cover, because, you know, they're what I call a day book. And that's what Tracy's actually called her new kit, is day book, and it's absolutely lovely. I'm doing that video next. So have an amazing Sunday, everybody. I hope it's not too cold where you are and that you're able to get out. I've seen some wonderful pictures of the local kids who have been at school, in the school yard. They've not actually been in school because they're off. Obviously, we're on lockdown. But ours is a community school, so you can go into the grounds, you know, when it's closed. And I've seen some fab pictures of the kids sledding and all sorts in the school grounds. They're absolutely having a whale of time with this snow and being off school. So have a blessed Sunday, everybody. Do pop into group and have a look at this. And if you haven't already, remember we've got the folio challenge still going on. You've got until the 16th to make something with the kit that Zurn and Paulette have done together and pop it into the group, and then you get the rest of the kit. I've done a video, and it will be the video before this one. So if you want some ideas of what to do or how to put it together or what you'd like to see, pop in and have a quick look at that video too. So have a wonderful day, everybody. Love and hugs. Ta-da.